Welcome, everybody. This is a great day. We're gathered here because of the collaboration of our elected leaders, the vision of our mayor, city council, and city manager, the forethought of our county commissioners in Brooke and Hancock County, the much-needed resources, both technical and financial, of our partners at the state and national level. Margaret Mead wrote, "Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world because indeed they are the only thing that ever have." Our partners, all of you, gathered here this afternoon have changed our world and our community for the better. Your collective work has brought us here today. You will hear of great accomplishments today from a handful of speakers. You will also, for the purpose of why we are gathered here today, hear from our United States Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who will yet again make an economic development announcement that will make another vision a reality, as she has done for so many communities in West Virginia. Thank you. I think that deserved a round of applause. Before I introduce our U.S. Senator, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Business Development Corporation of the Northern Panhandle, I want to personally thank Weirton Mayor Hillard Miller, the Weirton City Council, and City Manager Travis Blosser for their vision for this land behind me and their commitment to long-range planning. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 18 reads, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Because of vision and the collaboration of all you here today, our community will be able to celebrate life and opportunity for years to come. With that said, I am honored and humbled to introduce United States Senator Shelley Moore Capito.
Part of the vision of the EDA is to bring areas like ours, like our state, but like the Weirton, Hancock Brook area, that had many, many years, decades of incredible vitality and economic growth. And then everything comes to a standstill for way too long. Too many families leave, businesses shuttered, and things changed for us. So what we want to do, and President Trump wants to do, and what we want to do here in West Virginia is move us out of that and create that bright new future that we all want. We all know we want to live here. We all know that we're tough and resilient, but sometimes it's hard to get it across the finish line without the help that we see coming in the form of today. And so I'm very excited to announce a few of these opportunities in the form of more than $4 million grants from the U.S. EDA, the U.S. Economic Development Administration. The first is actually a grant that we awarded last fall. We met down in Elkins. The grant is for $300,000 to support the development of the Weirton Area Reuse Plan, which provides Weirton with feasibility and engineering. It's that vision that we talked about for the repurposing of 1,300 acres of former manufacturing and abandoned industrial sites. This is the project that has the future potential to create 500 jobs and drive direct private investment into the area. I met some folks who are interested in making one of those private investments just right here. So again, the other two grants are also aimed at creating jobs and spurring economic investment. First, I'm excited to announce that the Three Springs Industrial Park will receive $1.2 million investment to help develop its remaining 72 acres. And the City of Weirton is partnering on this project for a total project cost of more than $2.3 million. The Park Drive development will provide access roads and infrastructure to 18 new parcels for development. The project will serve the soon-to-be-constructed Weirton Trade and Conference Center that will result in an additional $5.4 million investment from the city and serve as the anchor for the build-out of the remainder of the park. So that's got a great vision. It's right here. We're ready to move. The second grant is a $2.6 million EDA investment to assist with the rehabilitation of the Wheeling Corrugating Steel Plant Complex in Beach Bottom. The mayor of Beach Bottom is here. I met her. For this project, the West Virginia EDA Development Authority will be partnering with the U.S. EDA to a total project cost of $3.3 million. This project will, at a minimum, create 95 new jobs, retain 45 jobs, and result in an immediate private initial investment of approximately $1 million. So all 9 companies that reside in the facility will benefit, and they will be able to expand and grow, and that's our great hope. Brooke and Hancock County, as I said, represent an enormous potential. I'm excited about it, being a Northern Panhandle girl myself, being from Marshall County. The incredible opportunities that we see here in the Northern Panhandle are very, very exciting for me in a personal way. So by repurposing industrial sites like these, not only do you create something for the present, but something for the future at the same time, a brighter future for West Virginia. Communities like ours that had the economic downturn, but have the vision of the city leaders and the county leaders and the regional leaders to say that we can recreate and reform and build out a better future. And that's what the EDA is doing here today. So thank you all very much. It's great to be here. Pat, thank you.
We've just been touring some other businesses this morning. And it followed up on that on Friday back in Brooke County. What we're getting a sense, there's a sense of optimism that we haven't seen 7-8 years ago in this valley. Something's happening out there, and we heard it today, particularly today. They talked about there's something bubbling up, like it's boiling, it's ready to explode and come into being here. So I haven't said that. I haven't felt that a few years ago. But there is some environment that's happening. It's from the leadership, this vision of Pat Ford, Bill, the whole team is making something happen here that we haven't seen. And so for this legislation that Shelley talked about and the grants that you're receiving, I think it all dovetails with it. But talk about this legislation. Well, often people think in Washington, one of our jobs is to create jobs. I don't think as congressmen or members of the state legislatures, ours is to create the jobs. Ours is, I think, our primary responsibility is to create the environment. That's why we need to have a second facility, second area. What do we have? Shelley and I working together. We were able to get language and money put into the budget so that's the possibility. We're going to see that advance forward. Right now, there's one storage being done already down in Monroe County. What happens when they're 3, 4, and 5 get installed in it? You're going to see more of the petrochemical industry come here. So what we're doing is not us creating jobs, but we're creating an environment, just like you're doing here in Hancock County.
I think back years ago, and I remember a TV show. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. By making the necessary investments in the Three Springs Business Park, we are helping to build the future of the city of Weirton and the region that will impact generations to come. This is more than a conference event center. This is the catalyst to a project that will spur development for future generations. I do want to thank our city council and the staff at the city of Weirton, and briefly mention Mark Miller, who is a development person that we brought in. One of the things we never really had was a marketing and development person at the city building. We had somebody's cousin or nephew or whatever run around to the malls and pass out flyers. We wanted a professional developer in the city of Weirton's payroll, and we have one now, and he has made impacts in this community that you don't know what he does. He is a really courageous and energetic and involved person in our development, and he's part of this success. Talk about collaboration. We never had real collaboration in Weirton. We sit in 2 counties. We didn't know much about each other, and Weirton thought it was an island for a while. But we knew to get things done, we had to deal with Brooke County, Hancock County, and Congress, Senate, and everyone to get where we are today. I don't want to forget the one fellow that's made my life easy. He's Travis Blosser, our city manager. This guy works 23 hours a day. I'm telling you, I don't think he ever sleeps. I know he was so impressive. He knew more about Weirton than most of the residents knew about Weirton when he came here for the interview. He knew about this district out here. He stopped and talked to residents and businesses before he came to the interview, working out of Shinston, West Virginia. Well, once they talked to him, they were convinced and the vote was 7-0. I'll leave you with this quote from President Kennedy: "Change is a law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present will miss the future." So thank you for being here. This is a big day for the city of Weirton, and we've only just begun.